What is up, world? You are in tune to the Know It All podcast, and you got your usual suspects minus Big G. Tate is here. Tate, what's popping, man?
What's good, Ma? Just another weekend. I just got done doing my little weekly podcast on the Behind the Steel Curtain network. We talked about the AFC North and the free agency. I told everybody that was watching there at the time, they're like 270 views, and come over here and check us out. So hopefully some of them check us out, subscribe.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And we want to say shout out to Big G. Reason why Big G is not here, this is a really good day. He got married many moons ago on this
Many
day.
moons ago.
You know, many moons ago. So definitely we want to just say shout out Big G and
Hey,
my sister Shonda. You guys, I hope you guys are just, having an awesome weekend and anniversary. But also we want to say, hey man, if you like what you're seeing, make sure you like and subscribe. Like on Facebook, and then you can subscribe on Twitch. You can subscribe on YouTube. So anytime that we go live, you will be able to catch us, man. And we thank you for your support. And definitely, we're trying to get up our subscriber ante here on YouTube and on Twitch, man. We're already getting some new faces on Twitch, which is crazy. Tate. But before we get into this, man, let's go ahead and get into this. And we are back here with the Know It All podcast, man. And without further ado, it is March freaking madness. I mean, it is madness out here. My bracket is shot. I'm just going to tell you right now. My bracket is shot. Did not expect Baylor to lose. Did not expect Kentucky to lose. Did not expect Tennessee to lose, although I am glad they did. Shout out to the Michigan Wolverines, man. You seen a reunion of the Fab Five, Weber on the sideline hugging Juwan. Dope. That was dope to see. Jalen was there. Ray was there. Jimmy was there. Man, it's dope to see the five together, and it's dope to see what Juwan is doing with that program. I know you don't like the school from the North, Tate. I get it. I get it. I
No, I don't.
definitely
I don't. I don't. I mean, I'm not like the typical fan, man. I mean, I root for all Big Ten teams, as long as they ain't playing Ohio State, man. So I don't like Villanova just beat us a little bit ago. That's who Michigan
man,
play next. I'm rooting for Michigan.
yeah, I'm telling you, Villanova was rough, man.
Villanova, yeah, they're a lot better than I thought, man. I thought,
Yeah,
and we made it the game late. It was just too sloppily played, though. But yeah, Villanova's really good.
man, who I forget number 32's name, man. For you guys, man, that boy's a baller.
Oh, that's EJ Liddell.
Goodell, yeah. Oh my gosh, he is a baller.
Third,
22
third,
too, but 32 and 22 were mashing the gas late.
EJ Liddell, third team All American, first team All Big Ten for the second year in a row. He probably gonna go pro. He probably could benefit. He tested the waters last year, didn't hire an agent. He probably could benefit from coming back again next year. But he probably gone. Branham was Big Ten freshman of the year, was Ohio Mr. Basketball. He from Columbus, but he went to school his last year of school. He went to LeBron School, St. Vincent St. Mary in Akron.
Oh wow.
Led them to a state championship. So he's really good too. He played really good today. I mean, so he might go ahead and test that water, jump in the draft too. So
Man,
yeah,
listen, I'm gonna tell you, he played a whale of a ball game, man. It's sad. It's sad to see some of these teams lose because man, they're going at it so hard. But that's what it's about, man. One and done. Every game's championship game in March Madness. That's why we love it the way that we love it, man. I mean, honestly, I from earlier just watching all of the games today. I was like, man, these boys is out here giving it they all. Houston, wow. Houston, man, Houston, I expected them, and in my bracket, they're probably the only team that's staying together. I expected them to go pretty far.
Mm-hmm.
And they look like they could win it all, Tate.
They did. They look. Hey, them and Villanova both look really good today.
Yeah.
And they both put it on some Big Ten teams.
Yeah.
The Big Ten get all these teams in the tournament, man. Then every year I feel like they underperform. Man, you feel like you get 9 teams in the tournament, you should get 4 of them at least make the Sweet 16. So we got Iowa out already. We got Illinois out. We got Ohio State out. Michigan State losing to Duke right now. We still got Wisconsin is playing Iowa State right now. That's a 1-point game. And Purdue play Texas tonight. They play your Longhorns, so we'll see what happens. But these Big Ten teams have underperformed to get all the representation they have in the big dance.
You know, and what I was going to say about that is Purdue's a good team. Shoot,
yeah, Purdue's good.
Purdue's a good team, man. You know, and little scary going into that game. My legs is a little wobbly, like little baby deer. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that could really go wrong. That could really go wrong real fast. Big G said, thanks, fellas, for the love. Them UNC Tar Heels are going to be dangerous. I mean, yeah, they played electric. They've been playing electric and lights out. And it's hey.
Who do they play next?
Check that out. Check that bracket for me, because right now I'm afraid to look at my bracket. I'm losing in the family bracket, and I don't really want to lose. So, you know, I don't look at the brackets just in case. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, woo, I'll be surprised. But I think Dylan is winning right now in the family bracket, which I don't know how. I mean, he's immersed in basketball right now, but he's still winning.
UNC, classic matchup next round, Friday night. UNC versus UCLA.
Guard battle. Big G. They're gonna go down. This is where they go down. This is where UNC take that L. Because you know, UCLA was right there last year, man. And the guard with the hair all over his head, man, that buddy, and the shooting guard for UCLA is real good. And you know about the tournament, man. The tournament is all about guard play. It's all about guard play. And I didn't get a chance to mention the youngster from Houston, of course, an Austin, Texas representative. You know, definitely did his thing today, man. He showed out Jamal Shed. Hey, shout out Big Jamal Shed, man. You did your thing, man. You did your thing. You did what you was doing back here at Mena High School, man. Really proud of you. Man, so as we getting into the tournament, who has been the team for you that just totally took your breath away? That was like, I can't do it. I told you mine. Houston was mine. Houston kind of have got me to a place where I'm like, yo, these boys can win it all.
Yeah.
What's your team?
Man, if I'm just picking right now, man, I mean, the way they can, even though they came back, they let Baylor come back. UNC did look really good yesterday against Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they to get the lead up to 25. So the team that got the lead up to 25, not the team that let them come back, is the team that really impressed me.
Oh my God, man! I'm telling you that they were beating the brake shoes off, and Baylor almost came back though. They literally almost came back.
They came back to the overtime, so they did come back.
Well, I mean, you know, they almost finished it. You know,
yeah, they almost finished it. They almost
finished it.
And then, like I said, I agree with you with Houston and Villanova looked real good to me today. Man, I haven't really watched a whole lot of them. I watched a lot of Ohio State basketball, and Ohio State hadn't been no world beaters this year, but Villanova gave them a lot of problems. I mean, they got a lot of interchangeable parts. They got a lot of players that can shoot and post up, and their fundamentals of footwork. Well, we all know Jay, what's the coach's name?
Billis, I think.
No, Jay Billis is the announcer.
Jay Billis.
Jay Wright. He's a really good coach, man. I mean, I think this day 7 straight Sweet 16.
Oh, he handled his business.
Yeah,
he handled his business for real. And I was impressed with the Illinois big man. I'm not even gonna lie, man. If he he has to put some more tools with what he got, but he's so big and so strong. He's a classic big man, Tate. A really classic big man. I ain't seen that in a while. I gotta get it, I gotta remember his name, but I haven't seen it in a while. This brother, I mean, literally, you remember it took me back to Shaq when they were hanging all over Shaq trying to stop him.
You had Illinois play before this year?
No, that was my first time seeing Illinois play.
He a monster. He first team all Big Ten. I can't call his name right this second.
Yeah,
but I agree with you. He's a monster, and it's a role for him in the league. But I don't know if that just works in the league anymore, though. I mean, just throw it down low to the big guy, just let him just dominate. I mean, because even most bigs now got some type of skill set where they can step out a little bit or face up a little bit. You know what I mean? You can't just not saying you can't. They don't typically just drop it off inside no more. I mean, the last one of them probably Andre Drummond, maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. But the thing about him is if he gets some more with his game, like he doesn't need a 3-point shot. Needs some more dynamics with his game, like just a square up 12-foot, 13-foot jumper. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Other than that, hey, listen, he'll be a monster in the league. He would be a monster. I mean, I haven't seen somebody so physically imposing in basketball in a long time. Really a long time, Tate.
But you gotta look at it though. You brought up Shaq. In Shaq's day, there was other big men like that, right? Like, I mean, even on Shaq's own team, I don't know if you remember Stanley Roberts. He had Stanley Roberts on his team, and you had other bigs that played in the post, that bang, that did all those sorts of things. Nowadays, this dude from Illinois is really the only dude like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So he don't take on those other big imposing bigs that would give him a challenge because he can bully everybody. I mean, Shaq could bully the bullies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was. No, he couldn't. It wasn't that he could. He bullied the bullies.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, man. But we'll come back to the tournament here in a minute, man. We've got so much NFL news to cover. It is ridiculous, man. First of all, the big bad one. Phew, what happened? And Tate, you got to give me this, man. I might even give you the champion know-it-all title if you can just correctly just describe this for the fans. What happened that made Deshaun Watson say, you know what? Cleveland's my destination. Cleveland's where I want to go. What happened that made that trade go through, man? Talk to me.
Well, man, you might as well give me the designation the know-it-all that knows the most, because that's an easy question. I can give you 230 million reasons why. It was the money. It was the fully guaranteed money. Deshaun Watson talked to Cleveland earlier in the week. He liked the GM, Andrew Berry. He liked Coach Kevin Stefanski. They talked. I think this was probably like Tuesday. On Wednesday, Deshaun Watson liked those guys so much, he felt he needed, out of respect, he needed to call them and tell them that they was out of the running. So he called him and his agent called Cleveland and said, thanks, but no thanks. I'm not going to come there. He went on further in the week. We talking Wednesday, Thursday now. He kind of put Carolina out of the picture, early on too, maybe a little after Cleveland, because when he told Cleveland, though, it was Atlanta, New Orleans, Carolina. He then put Carolina out the picture because he didn't think Carolina had a good enough team. So Atlanta was in it because they home to him. New Orleans was in it because they had the best roster, he thought. And it's in the South. He's from the South. But none of those guys, Atlanta and New Orleans, will fully guarantee the money. He wanted to, so Cleveland traded for Watson. He waived his trade clause to go to Cleveland. Cleveland gave up 3 first-round picks, a second-round pick, and a fourth-round pick. They traded for Deshaun Watson. They ripped up his old contract, which he signed with Houston a few years ago. I believe like 5 years, $150 million. and they got rid of that contract and signed a new 5-year, 230 million fully guaranteed. So that's how we got there. It was all about the money.
Wow. So uh, all right. So you feel like that they guaranteed the money, and he wasn't looking at the roster at all. You don't think he was looking at the roster?
Cleveland probably had the first or second best roster with New Orleans. I mean, you could say Nick Chubb is a better running back, but Alvin Kamara might be a better offensive piece. Cleveland got Amari Cooper now. New Orleans got Michael Thomas coming back healthy. You know what I mean? So, and I would say New Orleans has the better defense between New Orleans and Cleveland. I mean, so, you know, you had your pros and cons for both. They probably was both 1 and 2 out of the 4. But if they were equal rosters, he probably would have picked New Orleans. But they were equal rosters and somebody was guaranteed $230 million. That's where he went.
Yeah. So I like this move, dog. I like this move a lot because of the simple fact that, like I said, you know, who comes out the winner here if he works and actually doesn't disappear is Amari Cooper. He comes out the winner. I mean, the winner. Having DeSean Watson at quarterback, but they didn't lose any player personnel. The Browns didn't, right? They lost no player personnel. They kept Nick Chubb. They kept the other running back. And then they kept their tight end. Man, they're just intact, right? They're intact as a team. And then they picked up some people in free agency that is really going to help. So man, this AFC is just getting rougher and rougher and rougher every time we look around, man. And let's switch gears. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Let's go ahead and talk about what they've done to make themselves better, which they've done a lot, man.
Yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh made a lot of good moves that I really liked. I think they were having probably the best free agency acquisitions and stuff of free agency until the DeSean Watson trade, because that just blew everything up. I mean, that made us not even talk about Devontae Adams going to the Raiders. But
which we're definitely going to talk about in a minute, because that was big too.
Pittsburgh got Mitch Trubisky. I was just saying on the We Run the North BTSC podcast a little bit ago that you know, Mitch Trubisky, I wasn't that big a fan of it at first. I still might not be fan, might be a strong word, but I'm anxious with expectation to see how this works out. I think Mitch was maybe used wrong in Chicago. I don't know. Matt Nagy was messing up using Justin Fields this year. You know what I mean? I feel like Nagy was trying to fit a square peg in a round hole, Mitch being the peg and Nagy's offense being the hole, that what he wanted to do. I mean, if you're a good coach, you don't try and make players play your system. You adjust your system to work around the players' talents. And I don't know that Nagy did that. I think we'll see what Matt Canada does in Pittsburgh, but the acquisition of Mitch to have a quarterback that'll come under center. Ben Roethlisberger was probably in shotgun 85% of the time for the last 6 or 7 years. Yeah. So we're going to get a quarterback that gets under center, that can roll the pocket, that can roll out, bootleg, RPO options. Mitch can do a lot with his legs. It's going to just be another threat to the offense, which will open up stuff for Najee and the receivers. And well,
I think Ben had to be in shotgun though, man. I mean, him having to go under center is man.
No, I agree with you. I'm just saying that was a limitation because we was boxed into that. You know, I like the acquisition of James Daniel, offensive lineman coming from Chicago, 4 years in the league, 24 years old, played college ball at Iowa, actually from Youngstown, Ohio. Shout out Youngstown, Ohio. You know, and they picked up Mason Cole, center guard from Minnesota, drafted by Minnesota. Drafted by Arizona, traded to Minnesota a year or two ago. This is 4th year. And, you know, he did real well, Minnesota, blocking for Dalvin Cook. So I like those 2 acquisitions. I love Miles Jack. You know, because he was
huge, bro. That was to me. Trubisky was a good move. Now that I sat and looked at it, but Miles Jack to me, man, just it's making that defense so solid, bro. Like it's already one of the top top 5 defenses, top 10 defenses in the NFL, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we're trending. We're
Well,
trending.
we gave up a lot on the run last year, but we know Pittsburgh is known for defense that has players in that defense with T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, Minka Fitzpatrick. You know, hopefully Devin Bush comes back healthy and Stephon Tuitt comes back from a year off after his brother passed away and stuff like that.
Yeah. So Big G says, does Cleveland have enough to win it? Let's stop right here. He's talking about the Chargers, the Broncos, the Bills, the Raiders, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Steelers, DeSean in a great place. But is he enough? Chargers are a Madden team on paper.
Well, let's look at that comment. Big G, leave it up there. Because Big G listed 8 teams, only 7 make the playoffs. So who's out?
Really? Yeah.
Who's out?
Yeah,
and then he don't even have a coach there. The coach got a good team, but we don't know what they're doing at quarterback.
Right.
That AFC gonna be a dogfight, man.
I mean, it's a dog. I mean, for real. Like, it's gonna come down to who's gonna be healthy, right? Who's gonna gel and who's gonna be healthy. That's what it's gonna come down to. Because literally, everybody has to play everybody, and at this point, one game is gonna make the difference to me. You know, one game will make the difference to who's in and who's not. It's gonna be literally that close. You have Russell in Denver. You definitely have Devontae Adams now down there helping the Raiders. That's huge. I mean,
I look at it like this.
Huge. Think of it
like this, man. You got
right now.
I still say the AFC West is the best division in football. Now I think that with Deshaun Watson going to Cleveland, I put the AFC North second.
Yeah.
Not in AFC in football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I look at the Steelers and the Raiders being in the same boat. I mean, we probably could be playoff teams most years in most divisions, but we got the worst quarterback in each division. Derek Carr is, and not saying he's bad, he's the worst in the AFC West. And Mitch Trubisky, the unknown, he's the worst in the AFC North now that Baker's out of there.
I don't know if I can say that, man. His numbers wouldn't dictate Carr being the worst, bro. Numbers wouldn't. I'm just saying no.
Mahomes, who you gonna take? Who you gonna take?
Oh, I know who I'm gonna take.
Oh, but who you gonna take last?
Okay. Let's read them now. Run them down. Let's go.
You got Mahomes, you got Russ, you got Herbert, you got Carr.
He's last, but
he's
last, but the numbers, he's last. I mean, he's last. I can't even say I want to sneak him in and be like, yo, but he's been consistently putting up great numbers though, man.
No,
I mean,
Derek Carr is a good quarterback. I completely 100% agree with you.
Yeah, he's not trash.
I ain't say he's trash. I said he's the worst quarterback in the division.
No. I started to go where I was going. Big G has always called him trash. So therefore, I'm saying he's not trash by far.
You know, Big G hyperbolic with his takes, man. You know what I mean? But the same thing, even if Mitch Trubisky is good, right now he's the worst quarterback in the AFC North.
Facts.
Now his last year playing full time, I'll put Watson first, Burrow second, Lamar Jackson third, and Lamar Jackson got an MVP. Joe Burrow just went to a Super Bowl. We know what Deshaun Watson is. Yeah. Come on, man. And then we ain't talking about that big beast in the AFC East.
Yeah.
Josh Allen.
We're not talking about Josh Allen at all. So, but let's. I want to go ahead and just kind of break this down. The Raiders. Okay. Oh my God. So you have a legitimate deep threat, somebody who is going to pull the defense and expand the defense out. And you have a tight end who can do the same, right? You know, who can get up the seam. You have a running game. Oh my God. Listen, this offense now has become a perennial powerhouse. And my thought pattern here, and I have to say this, and I have to hear what you think. I have to hear what you think on this, Tate. My thought pattern along these lines is if they stay healthy, and G, I'm finna go ahead and I'm gonna steal your thunder. If they stay healthy, and with they have a really decent defense, those guys could challenge for an AFC title.
No, every team in the AFC West can challenge for an AFC title. I think every team in the AFC North, till we know what Pittsburgh will like on offense, can challenge for an AFC title. Yeah. But I think you talk about Davante Adams, he's a monster wide receiver, top 3 in the league, maybe number 1. He ain't taking the top off no defense. He 4.57 40. That ain't taking the top off. You know what I mean?
In that offense, in that set, yes. Because
DeSean Jackson's still the guy for that. They still keep him.
Let me ask you a question. You have to double cover him, right?
Well, I know you have to double.
Him on the tight end, right?
I know you have to double cover somebody. I know you got to double cover Davante Adams when Aaron Rodgers was throwing the ball. I'm kind of the belief that Aaron Rodgers helped make Davante Adams. Not that he ain't good, but those video game numbers though. That man has something to do with that. That's a bad man.
That's a good take, Tate. That's a good take, Tate. That's a really good take, Tate. That is a really good take. Hey, man, I won't disagree. The reason why I say I won't disagree is because, I mean, Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, even if you don't like him. He's a really good quarterback. And Davante Adams has benefited for having him as a quarterback. Here's Big G again with another comment. He said, the AFC champion in 2022 will have the best draft. You have to hit the draft at least 3 times with players that can put you over the top.
I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, we talking, Cleveland not gonna have no draft picks. Denver not gonna have no draft. Not none of those because they gave their first away, right? To get the players they got. So I'm not gonna sit here and say that they can't be players in contention, and they won't have a great draft because they don't have great draft positioning. So I won't say that that's necessarily going to be the case. But
I agree. So here's what I was going to say about the draft. I think because it's so deep, you can solidify your team that way. You can actually add to that team and make that. I mean, you got a 53-man roster, and all 53 men are going to have to be able to step in if somebody goes down. That's where you're going to have ones and twos with not a big difference in between the two. You know what I mean? Your 1 is going to have to be 1A and your 2 is going to have to be 1B, literally to be, I mean, and you can do that in this draft. You really can't do that in this draft because offensive line, they're really deep. Wide receiver, they're really deep. Linebacker, they're sort of deep. And there's a lot of good DBs out there that you can find. But, I mean, honestly, when it comes down to and I mean, the running backs probably won't even get touched till the second, maybe even for beginning of the 3rd round. You know what I'm saying? So, and there's a couple of beastly running backs out in this one, like at least 3 or 4, right? That I think that could really make a difference for teams. So, man, I'm be honest with you, Big G. It's not. I think the draft, all they would do is solidify their team, their 53-man roster.
That's all the good teams do is solidify because they picking late. The bad teams are picking the best of the best. Right. Everybody gonna get a good player, but the bad teams picking the best of the best because they pick early.
And often.
Yeah. So Pittsburgh picking number 20. I like our roster going into the season now. Now we adding another impact player. They won't be the difference. They should hopefully be a nice contributor. Probably right now, I said Pittsburgh probably need to draft a wide receiver, or they could go D-line, But that guy's not going to make the difference and take the team over the top. He's going to be a valuable commodity for the future and hopefully a valuable contributor right now in the immediate, but not the difference maker.
Facts. So just to jump over into another team but I don't want to get out of that division. Man, Baltimore. bro. Like, I mean, they had some people that they picked up, but sheesh, are they the lost team in this division? Are they the team that's lost, or do they still have enough with their current roster and Lamar Jackson to be dangerous?
Baltimore's still gonna be dangerous as long as you got Lamar Jackson in there. But and I think the thing with them getting back healthy, they had a lot of health people injured last year. You remember they lost all their running backs in the preseason.
Everybody, yep.
They lost Marcus Peters.
Yep.
Then they end up losing Bobby Humphrey, or Bobby Humphrey is dad. What's his name? Marlon Humphrey. End up losing Marlon Humphrey. Al Villanueva, the free agent tackle they signed from Pittsburgh, didn't pan out well. Well, turns out they signed Morgan Moses, free agent from the Jets. Originally came up in with the Washington football team. He's a big 6'7", 330-pound tackle. They're going to put in there. They're getting J.K. Dobbins back from injury.
J.K. back, yep.
Getting J.K. back. They signed Marcus Williams from the safety from the Saints to go in that defensive backfield. So I think it's a matter of Baltimore getting healthy. Like I said, the AFC North going to be a dogfight. I'm not counting Baltimore out, though. I mean, I think the one thing, Lamar Jackson got to come in and be a better passer than he has been.
So that is my thing. Lamar didn't get help at the wide receiver position, though, and that's what he needs. He needs another wide out.
You don't think Bateman was help?
He needs another wide out. He needs an established wide out. To me, he needs an established. Marquise would be Marquise Brown can be a good piece if he's not the guy. You know what I'm saying? He can't be the guy. Marquise Brown can't be your guy. And then we have my guy from Texas who definitely is a baller in Duvernay. But the problem is, say it again?
Yeah, kick returner.
Duvernay is a baller. You get him in game, he's a baller. He's a great slot receiver. But I'm gonna tell you, it's bro. Like I think he needs a good wide receiver. Let's go to the comments here, man. B Dirt said, you all need to pause and watch this Duke MSU final.
I know I'm missing it.
Yeah, it's on the side of me, and I'm actually watching it on the side.
So you're doing better than me.
Yeah, I'm watching on the side.
What's the score?
It's on commercial right now. I can get back to it. B Dirt said the Bengals have had a good enough free agency to take advantage of the best available. Understood. I get it. Big G said, could you imagine the Chargers with the DT Davis, Pittsburgh with wide receiver Olivier, Kansas City with Jameson Williams? Kansas City already got Juju, so
Ooh, 70-69 with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. Michigan State is up.
It's over here to my right. Buffalo with Hall, the running back from Iowa State. That would be good. That's a difference maker. Thomas said for real. I guess he was talking when we were talking about Lamar Jackson. He said for real there. And then Sean Gurley, again, Big G. Here it is, Big G burner. You see how he put it with 6 receivers in the first round. He is so in love. Listen, I have never seen somebody be that in love with a position group. Big G is in love.
I don't know that he's in love with position group or he's in love with his take.
Maybe it's his take.
Right.
Y'all tell me, man. Maybe he just loves his take. I don't understand, G. Like, what do you get like extra money or something? Did you like put some
first round? Maybe in the top 10, but maybe not. Maybe 11 or 12. Garrett Wilson, first receiver off the board. You agree?
Absolutely. I agree.
First off the board, but not till at least 10, between 10 and 13.
Between 10. I'd say 10 and 13, but I expect him to be gone by 12.
Okay, so between 10 and 13.
Yeah.
All right, and then you're looking at then let's just name the rest of them. You think so Drake London?
Olivier's in the first round.
Olave gonna be one.
Yeah. Olave, yeah, he's going in the first round.
You think Drake London stay in the first?
Drake London stays in the first
from
as
USC, well. That's 3.
Uh-huh.
Do we got Traylon Burke going in the first?
I can see him going in the first, especially I can see the Cowboys falling in love with him because he's an Arkansas prospect. So I definitely could see him going in the first. That's a maybe, though. That's a maybe. That's a maybe.
We got Jameson. I'm not so sure that I got Jameson Williams going in the first. I mean, he's good, but he's injured, so he could be early second round value. And I tell people, I've been telling people, because a lot of Steeler fans, some Steeler people in the in the Steeler chats, I'm on and stuff, they're real high on him. But I tell them, man, do y'all forget that Jameson Williams went to Alabama because he couldn't get on the field at Ohio State?
Ohio State, yeah, definitely.
So him and Burke are iffy. So we got 3, and then Jahan Dotson from Penn State, and he too little to me to go in the first. So I got 4 tops receiver going in the first.
That's me. 5 at the most. 5 at the most. And like I said, that's at the most, right? B Dirt said Big G needs an oil company to sponsor his burners and give him some free gas cards. You know what? Let's advocate for that. If there's an oil company out there, Big G Burners, you can sponsor him. You can definitely sponsor him. And I'm going to tell you, at this point, 72, 69?
72 apiece now, what I got.
Yep, just hit the 3. Mm-hmm. You're watching live. My stream is a little behind. But it's like 3:14, 3:15 left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so Tate, honestly, that position group is deep though. You still got Bell from what was it, Purdue?
Purdue, You got Bell from Purdue, you got Pickens from Georgia, you got Justin Ross from Clemson, you got the kid I like, Christian Watson from North Dakota State, 6'4", 4.28 40. I like him. You got a lot of receivers. That's why it's not going to be. It's not going to be the urgency to draft receiver in the first round when you're just so deep at receiver. You got Sky Moore.
Yeah, Sky Moore. He's another one. But Big G, and you was trying to even put Sky Moore in the first round. Come on, dude.
Big G was.
Let's not do that, Big G. Let's not do that. Here he go. Big G. Drake London, first wide receiver. What? Drake London over Garrett Wilson? No way. I
can see Drake London going in the late teens, early 20s myself.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson's first receiver off the board. First receiver off the board is Garrett Wilson. So he's saying Garrett second, Burke third, Olivier. See, he the one that keeps putting this in my thing.
It's Olave, Olave.
Yeah, it's Olave. Why do you keep doing it?
Olivier Vernon.
Yeah. Olave for Dotson 5th, Williams 6th. Like I said, Big G, here's the deal. Teams are gonna go for best available, right? And to solve a need. Not every team needs a wide receiver. Not every team. And if they do, they're gonna get something that they need first before they do a wide receiver, because there's gonna be one available in the next round. There's gonna be one available in the next round that will really help them, right? So there's no need to kind of load up on wide receivers. Now, I wanted to talk to you about the Cowboys. Man, how do you feel about this pick with us picking up James Washington, bro? Like, for real, how do you feel about us? How do you feel about James Washington anyway? Because him being an ex-Steeler, how do you feel about him as a wide receiver?
I think James Washington was just – last year was the only year that he wasn't good for us. And most years he didn't get the numbers because he was underutilized. In 2019, he was our leading receiver, the year that Big Ben was hurt. He was getting passes from Mason and Duck, did the best he could, led the team in receiving yards and receptions.
Yeah, man.
He's All-American out of Oklahoma State. I think he fits in good down in Dallas. If he builds a rapport with Dak, I think CeeDee Lamb is the man, but I can see him bypassing Michael Gallup, making Gallup number 3 again. He's just that talented.
Yeah. And I actually see him in the slot. I know Tauntaun agree with me. I see James Washington in the slot, and it wasn't like a barn burner pickup, but it was a solid pickup that I think in the end is going to really benefit us a lot, man. Because
consider what y'all lost trading Amari Cooper, getting off that money, and then losing Cedric Wilson, who he was planning on keeping to be a number 3, to pick James Washington up.
Here's a big take for me. Here's a big take. I think he's better than Cedric Wilson. I think he is an upgrade from Cedric Wilson. James Washington, to me, is an upgrade from Cedric Wilson.
He is higher draft pedigree.
Yeah.
I mean, better numbers in college. I mean, I got James Washington, like I said, being a big contributor for y'all. Probably passing Michael Gallup for number 2 if things go well.
Yeah, definitely. Big G said copycat league, Rams 3 wide receivers, Bengals 3 wide receivers, Chiefs 3 wide receivers. Okay, we're not saying it's not a copycat league, G. All we're saying is that they're not going to spend premium picks for wide receivers
when you can get the value in the second and third.
Right, you can get them at a later time, man. So the other thing, man, is I was sitting and I'm looking at what we did defensively. The other pickup with Fowler, right? Fowler to me, and Dan.
Where's Fowler coming from now?
So he was at Atlanta. Then it was, I think it was wasn't Tennessee, or was it Jacksonville?
It might have been. Go ahead and say what you said.
But I think if you put him in Dan Quinn's system, which is a system that he is familiar with, he's definitely going to thrive. I see him thriving in Dan Quinn system and becoming something that is Pro Bowlish, a Pro Bowl like.
He coming from Atlanta, Jacksonville, then the Rams, and then Atlanta for 1 year.
Yeah, I know he was at Jacksonville for a minute. But yeah, so I could see him rising back to prominence, right? And then we signed LVE back for the Lolo, and he actually played. LVE played better last year. He wasn't.
Who was LVE, man? We don't know y'all teams' nicknames, man.
Leighton Van Der Esch. I mean,
okay. If you had said Wolf Hunter, I knew you was talking about.
Oh, okay, all right.
So y'all brought him back though?
We brought him back. We brought him back for the Lolo. You know what I'm saying? Move. We paid him some Nihilators and Tic Tacs, and brought him on back. We told him, look here, man, take your stuff out that garbage sack. Come on back over here, man. We'll let you play a little bit. And he was like, cool. But nobody else wanted him. See, here's the thing that you got to understand. Tom said it's hard to get excited about a guy we don't even know where he played last year. I mean, because we didn't watch it. Who watched Atlanta?
Tom, right, yeah, but who watches Atlanta? You're right about that too. And before that, who watches Jacksonville?
Yeah, who watches Atlanta? I mean, shoot, it's like, the dude was incognito. It's like Atlanta. We know Atlanta played a season last year, but we didn't watch none of Atlanta games unless we were playing them. So
but you got to admit, he probably was y'all 4th or 5th choice, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the market shrank, and you had to make a move on the edge rusher. So he happened to be available, and it works. And hopefully, you get that premium first round talent where he is drafted. Hopefully, you can get it out of him.
So there's rumors around Cowboy Land that Jason Pierre-Paul, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like it at all, man.
Why you don't like it? Because it used to be a Giant?
Not because he used to be a Giant. If we get him, we better not pay nothing from. I mean, literally, I will get him a stick of gum and some Altoids. That's all he would get from me, man. He is in the twilight of his career. So, thinking of adding this guy, could he help? Absolutely.
But one position they say that can play past that age is offensive line and edge rushers, defensive, quarterback rushers can play up into their early to mid 30s and still be effective.
Yeah. B Dirt said Big Ten checking it on the 10 today. They did good.
No, didn't I say that? If he's watching earlier, B Dirt, I said we overrepresented and we represented the most, and then we performed the least, man. At least your Michigan Wolverines made it, but if Villanova played like they beat us today, y'all Y'all about to be bounced.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. So when I think about this whole scenario with the Cowboys, man, everybody I've seen on Twitter, people are putting their resignations in, saying that they're tired of being let down and they go Bolts. You know, people are trading in, and I mean, literally, they're writing long letters and saying, "This is my new team, go Bolts." Like, I'm like, this is crazy that this is happening. There's got to be a method to the madness. I mean,
but I mean, it's I'm not that people need to jump ship, but what y'all record this year was 13-5, 13-4.
listen, man,
Was
people.
that your record?
It was something like that. 13. I think it was 5, if I'm thinking right.
12-5.
Tom, correct me. Did we lose 5 games? No, I think we lost 5 games this year. But still, bro, like, I mean, this wasn't a bad year. It just wasn't a year.
It was a great year.
Yes.
I mean, I think y'all underperformed in the playoffs where you thought you would be. I think you would have thought going into it, y'all at least win one playoff game, if not get to the NFC Championship.
Yeah.
But now I'm looking at, I don't think y'all got weak, but y'all lost some pieces. And then the division gonna be better.
Yeah, the division's gonna be better. But you know, what is this guy saying? New York Giants 5-7, Eagles 3 in top 20. Cowboys could be looking up in the division. Come on, Sean. Come on, G.
No, I mean, I don't disagree. The Eagles won 9 games last year, and they gonna get better.
The Eagles are getting better. They absolutely are.
So if the Eagles get 1 game better and y'all get 1 game worse, that's a race. That's a tight race.
Yeah, but okay. So to put the Giants up there and say we look the Commanders.
I said the Eagles. I didn't say the Giants.
The Commanders or the Commodores? Which one? Lionel Richie singing group? I don't know which one. What is the name? The Washington Commanders? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So the Commanders got a little better. Okay,
they're gonna be better.
Yeah, the Commanders got a little better. The Eagles got a little better. They're gonna get a little better, especially in the draft. But still, you know, I'm not expecting. The Cowboys are still my pick in the NFC East.
If you ask me in the NFC East who I want, the Cowboys or the field, I'm taking the field.
Okay. I'm not though. I'm not, because honestly, here's the deal. Did we lose some pieces? Yeah. But you know, we still maintain the pieces that matter to me. And when I look at it offensively, we're still going to need some help at guard. We're still going to need some help at tackle. Right?
You lost Lavelle.
And definitely,
Lavelle Collins. He just signed with the Bengals just a minute ago.
Okay.
Just signed with the Bengals.
I mean, that's good.
You lost Connor Williams. You lost Amari Cooper.
Yeah,
Amari Cooper. But these are starters. Yeah, these are starters. You losing J-Ron Curse on defense.
Well,
Randy Gregory.
We haven't left him. We haven't lost him yet. We just haven't signed. We haven't signed Curse.
Right. So he's still out there looking for somewhere to go.
But see, the thing with Curse is the market for his position is low.
Yeah.
Right? See, here's the thing that people don't understand about Javon Curse thing. Javon Curse knows in Dan Quinn's system, he rates high, right? He needs to get paid a lot of money to pay in Quinn's system. Outside of Quinn's system, he's a liability, and people ain't gonna pay money like that for him. So what he's trying to do,
I don't think he's gonna break the bank, but he might get more than what Dallas offer him.
No, he won't. No, he won't.
Okay. I didn't think Juju was gonna get nothing. Then Kansas City came in and offered him $10 million.
Yeah,
we weren't gonna do that. We weren't gonna offer my cousin Ray McLeod. What he got? He got 2-year, $10 million. Ray would have got maybe two for $5 in Pittsburgh at most.
Yeah,
he doubled that.
Here's the thing about J-Ron Curse, man, and this is what I say 110%. He looks this good because of Dan Quinn's system. Some guys are just system guys, bro. and he's a system guy, and he better sit down and take some money and move on about his business, move on about his rat killing. Because at this point, you're not gonna get more. You're not gonna get more outside of the Cowboys. You're gonna get what you get and get paid what you earn inside of this organization. But still, in all, what I'm saying is that if we get a guard, we get a tackle, we patch those holes, right? Because really, Collins and Connor Williams hurt us more than they helped us this year. Them boys got the most offensive penalties in the league this year. I mean, in the league. I mean, in the league, right? So, I mean, we would have a big chunk yardage play, and it would come back because Connor Williams was holding, or it would come back because Lyle Collins was holding. Lyle Collins was doing clown stuff, with his drug test. Get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? I mean, literally, get him up out of here. Only one that I feel that we're going to feel the loss of, no, we may not now because of Dante Fowler. But Randy Gregory to me was one that I was like, I hurt that hurts a little bit. But I mean, you still got Micah Parsons, you still got Tank, you still got Armstrong, Torrance Armstrong. I mean, we signed back a good bit of that defense, and we're still strong. You're still strong back there. So there's no way that I see the Cowboys being anything but first in that division. Oh, shoot. Here goes Big G. Eagles with 3 first rounds could get Garrett Wilson. Why are we playing the could get game, though? If we're the fifth, everybody be drunk, Big G. You're saying, I mean, until we know where the cards fall.
Hey, man.
You know what I'm saying?
How come Big G just didn't join us today, man?
I mean, he's right here, but G is watching, and he got stuff to say. I'm not mad at him. I'm actually happy that he's still tuned in. But
I'm glad he tuned in too. But I thought he was not with us because they were celebrating their anniversary. I mean, it probably is a good way to celebrate watching the KnoItAllz. But I thought that's why you were here.
Great way to celebrate watching the KnoItAllz. It's a great way to celebrate. But so. On top of this, just moving off of the Cowboys, bro, who else has really helped themselves in free agency to you outside of rushing them?
I would say the Chargers. I would say the whole AFC West. I mean, the Kansas City didn't really make any big moves, but I gotta say the Chargers picking up C.J. Jackson and so. Khalil Mack, those are huge additions to that defense. They re-signed Mike Williams.
So, man,
yeah.
If we're looking at the NFC tape, man, you don't see all of these moves. Like, the moves have been made in the AFC. The NFC hadn't really shook it up too much, man.
No, you got Aaron Rodgers signing his big contract. You got the GOAT coming back. Matt Stuyvesant signed the biggest thing probably is Allen Robinson going to the Rams.
Yeah.
And now they traded what's the boy name? Smith?
Mm-hmm.
Is that his name?
I think so.
The guy that got hurt.
Yes, sir.
Not
no,
you
talking about the wide receiver who got hurt?
Yeah.
No, Woods.
Robert Woods, yeah.
Yeah.
Woods got traded to Tennessee. So, you got Allen Robinson going. They signed Matt Stafford to a big 6-year, 150 deal. Maybe 4-year, 150. 6-year, 150 sound cheap.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that the NFC was really strong last year, but they did nothing in free agency. Like they hadn't really. The splash news has been made in the AFC, and I think that's because it's been like Big G said, it's a copycat league. So everybody's like, "Oh, y'all doing this? Let's do this. Oh, y'all doing this? We need to do that. Oh, y'all doing this? Well, let's do that." It felt like everybody was trying to one up each other.
I don't think it's copycat. I think every move is made with intention. I mean, you in the AFC West, you playing Mahomes, now you playing Rush, you playing Herbert. you better have you a tandem of edge rusher that can get after that quarterback. and that's what they're doing. And none of the moves was based around quarterbacks. I mean, the quarterback's been in the AFC. Even DeSean Watson stayed in the AFC. You know what I mean? So the quarterback's been there. The young guns. You got Brady. You got Rodgers in the NFC. Russ gone now. You know what I mean? I mean, really, between Kyler and Murray, probably third. Kyler Murray and Dak probably third or fourth. Depending how you look at it, who you like.
Third or fourth, yeah. I mean, I probably got Dak, but yeah, you're right.
Kyler 2-0 against Dak though.
I still got Dak. I still got Dak because the thing about Kyler Murray is that at some point Kyler, well, I can't even say that about. So let's just say they 1A and 1B because honestly, when I started thinking, I was like,
3A and 3B.
Because they got
and you know what? I gotta take that back because Stafford. So 4A and 4B.
So you got the GOAT. You're saying you got the GOAT first.
Aaron Rodgers second.
Stafford. But that's quarter. We're just talking about quarterbacks. We're not talking. Yeah. All right. So this Stafford. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They're both competing for 4. And I mean, Dak's numbers are good. Dak's numbers are really good. But when the heat is on, we ain't seen Dak prove it yet. Dak, this is Dak's prove it year. And not to go back to the Cowboys, but yeah, man, this is Dak's prove it year. You gotta prove it. You're gonna have to prove it. We paid you this much money, and it's saying that you're the quarterback of the future. Prove it. You're gonna have to prove it, bro. And sad to say, I don't have in Kellen. I just don't have that confidence in Kellen as an offensive coordinator. He's too much like Jason Garrett to me, and all flash, no delivery. It really pisses me off. But so my point was I really just wanted to talk about the fact that the NFC at this point is really going to have some effect in the draft, and then we're going to have to see where any of the other high name free agents come out. Because definitely the NFC has made no moves compared to the AFC. And there's some really good AFC teams that were on the bubble last year and who have helped themselves, but are still just like, I mean, the Jets, the Patriots. Yeah, man, it's wild to even think about this take, but they could literally be out of here. They could literally be out of here.
You don't got to talk about nobody in the AFC but the West and the North. And the Colts gonna win the South probably. I don't know who their quarterback is. And the Bills gonna win the East. We don't gotta talk about nobody else.
B-Dirt, you were wrong for that statement, brother. And yeah, I'm just gonna tell you're wrong for that. He gonna talk about Dak is the 12th best quarterback in the AFC. Just wrong for that.
He would be though. That's what he's saying. He would be. 10th.
We'd have to count that out, man. We'd have to count that out, man. Tom said
9th or 10th.
MVP 1 and MVP 2, both are NFC quarterbacks. All right. Okay. I get it. That's a big, he said, that's a B-Dirt dig. I know it was a B-Dirt dig, but honestly, to be real with you, I mean, if we had to put a number on that, sheesh. I mean, Russie.
8 at most. You just take the top 3 in the West, the top 3 in the North. Josh Allen, you at 7. You ain't even considered Derek Carr yet. You like Derek Carr. Derek Carr,
but Dak is better than Derek Carr.
Derek Carr beat Dak too. Dak, you say he keep better than people he lose to all the time.
No. I'm not giving you that one. That was the referees. And that was a poorly refereed game, man. That was a poorly ref game. And then the two names you said, we got off of those. We got off Lyle Collins and we got off Connor Williams, which were 2 of the problems. You know what I'm saying? Literally, I'm not giving you Derek Carr. Derek Carr does not go.
I'm not a big Derek. You don't want to say Derek Carr. Look at the numbers. Derek Carr, good quarterback.
You look at his numbers. He's putting up numbers, but so is Dak. So is Dak. So
So then to me, the separation, the differentiation right there is Derek Carr beat that. Kyler Murray beat that twice. The Cowboys always lose to good teams. They beat up on the bad teams, lose to good. Dak beat Taylor Heineke twice. He beat Jalen Hurts twice. Daniel Jones twice.
Should have beat the GOAT. He should have beat the GOAT. Should have beat the GOAT opening week. We lost on the field goal, but if we hit the field goal before that, we win. You know what I mean? So if it wasn't fit, everybody be drunk. It's just Dak's prove it year. Dak, you got to prove it, man. Let's go ahead and get to the NBA because that was our last thing here, NBA, and let's talk NBA. So, what do we think about the Lakers at this point? What are we thinking about the Lakers, bro? I mean, for real, because that's the only thing to me that means anything. I seen Russie happy to talk noise to Drake, and I'm like, yo, man. I mean, at this point, we shouldn't be talking noise for us. We should be trying to play some basketball because y'all boys are in for it. So what do you think at this point with the Lakers, man? Give me your take on the Lakers.
Mm-hmm. They not very good. They I wasn't gonna say trash, Tom, but probably trash. But they are gonna get in the play-in.
Like trash.
They probably gonna beat whoever they got to play in the play-in to get in the 7th or 8th seed and go to the playoffs and probably lose in 5 games against the Phoenix Suns or Golden State.
Yeah, they don't have enough. They don't have enough, man. They don't have enough at all. So what are you thinking? What are you thinking now? Looking at Brooklyn, looking at the Nets, and them making some moves.
Well, hold on. I want to just give you this blind resume.
Okay, let's go ahead.
This player, 8th in steals. I mean, for all time, 8th in steals, 6th in threes made, 5th in assists, 4th in wins, 3rd in made free throws, 2nd in made field goals, and 1st in all-time points for both regular season and playoffs. Who is that person in this blind resume?
1st in points? So in history of the NBA? We're talking about LeBron.
There you go. Okay.
We're talking about LeBron.
1st in points, 3rd in free throws made, 2nd in field goals, 4th in wins, 5th in assists. That's a heck of a resume, man. That's all I'm saying, man. I mean,
bro, listen, I'm not gonna argue with LeBron's resume. I just won't. You know, men lie, women lie. Numbers.
He passed Karl Malone last night.
Yeah, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Bron has numbers. You know, is that right?
Yeah, I just want to bring that up. You can go about your what you're talking about, Brooklyn.
No, what I was saying is Bron has numbers. The problem is Bron doesn't have this team. This team is trying, and it's Anthony Davis' fault. Listen, it's Anthony Davis, and then Russie is sitting around here, you know. Just I don't know. Get him up. Okay, so now let's get to the other side. Brooklyn is improving. Miami. How long is Buckets out? How long is Jimmy Butler out?
I don't know. I didn't know he was out, but he
tweaked his ankle.
He all right though. They got a 3-game lead on first place with 11 games to play.
So and we have Brooklyn. Where is Brooklyn? They're still in the 7th seed.
Brooklyn is 8. They 8, and they 2.5 games out of 7th. With 11 games to play.
So if we stopped and the playoffs was today, Brooklyn would have Miami, right?
Well, they got to play in the play-in first. I think the Raptors would play the Hawks and Brooklyn would play the Charlotte Hornets in the play-in.
Oh, that's automatic. We're not worried about. I mean, the Nets is going to make the playoffs, and they're going to be one hard team to beat in the playoffs. Literally, they're not going to be easy outs.
It looked like if Toronto win, if it was right now, Toronto won the playing game, they'd be 7. The Nets would be 8. But if Toronto lost, the Nets would move to 7. So right now, yeah, you're looking at the Nets playing the Miami Heat in the first round.
That would be bad news for Miami, man. Oh, that would be bad news for Miami. Wow. I don't like it for Miami. I really don't. It's and we established this, that no team is just gonna lose or tank. You know, they're gonna play the team that's in front of them, and honestly, go ahead.
I'd say no Pat Riley team definitely gonna tank.
Yeah, definitely. And then you still got Giannis. You still need to worry about the defending champs. You know, but as far as the Lakers, man, I mean, I think they'll get in the play-in, but they're out of here. They're definitely out of here, man. And listen, you guys, we thank you guys for rocking with us and definitely just hanging with us during this Sunday and March Madness Sunday at that. If you like what you heard, make sure you like and subscribe. Like it on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. Hey, Tate, man, give me your parting shots, man. Definitely give me a parting shot. What you got for today?
Oh, man, I don't have much. I mean, we talking about the NBA standings. I didn't get to get into my Cleveland Cavaliers, who finally done won 2 straight. First time since the All-Star break. They had kind of crashed after the All-Star break, but they beat the Denver Nuggets. You know, Jared Allen been hurt ever since the first game out of All-Star break. But they beat the Denver Nuggets and the Joker Friday night, and then Saturday night, last night, they beat who they played last night, man? Oh, the Detroit Pistons. They supposed to win that one. Beat the Detroit Pistons. But so Cleveland is actually, they play LeBron tomorrow. The Lakers tomorrow. LeBron coming back home. LeBron gonna go for 50, but Cleveland gonna win the game. And you got Cleveland a half a game out of 5th place in the East behind the Bulls. They need to get that, because that's if they stay in 6, they play Giannis in the Bucks. But if they get to 5th, then they play the Boston Celtics. Boston been playing good, but I like the matchup better against Boston than playing the defending champ.
Absolutely. Y'all don't want no parts of Giannis then at that point. Y'all
we ain't scared of Giannis, man. We don't want no parts of Giannis.
As Jared Allen came back?
Nah, he can't. He might not come back till about 2 or 3 games left before the end of the season. So he still probably got to miss about another 8 games. But, you know, like my boy Cam Hayward said in the Steelers with Deshaun Watson coming to the division, he was like, that's all right. We want all the smoke. Bring it. That's what Cam said. We want all the smoke.
I saw that. Definitely. I have one parting shot, man. Just one parting shot. It blessed me to see the 5 back together, man. It really did. It blessed me to see the 5 come back together. And they're going to be here in San Antonio during the Sweet 16. Maybe even try to catch a game. Thomas, man, we need to probably traverse down to San Antonio, see if we can catch a game, man. That'd be something to do.
How far are you from San Antonio?
40 minutes, man.
Oh, that ain't far.
Like 45 minutes to an hour. It's not bad. Well, it depends on what type of traffic we got. But you'll be in San Antonio in a blink of an eye from Austin. But, man, listen, we appreciate you guys rocking with us. Definitely, we need for you guys to continue to share the podcast with your friends, your family. Make sure that y'all show up next week. And until then, we out. Peace.